Hello, how are you, Engineer Shaniwa? And thank you for the opportunity. I'm going to be talking to you briefly on autopsy, and the aim there is to perform a digital forensic investigation on a local hard disk. We're going to be using autopsy graphical user interface algorithm as far as algorithms are concerned. We're going to be analyzing the local disk in its different partitions. So we're going to create a case. A new case pertaining this autopsy, and we shall give it a name, and we shall give it a location where we'll be able to access it, should you wish to do so. So what you're seeing there is us creating a new case, giving it a name, and the location that we want to put it in. Um, okay, and so after we've done that, we can move on next to we can put additional information. This is really optional. Should you require to give the location of the case, a specific meaning, and so on. And so, diving in, we're creating a new case there. And then you'll find that after you've created the new case, we then select a host in which the case will have a default option, which we then select. So, all right, it's taking a bit of time. Okay, there we go. So we then pick up a host that we want, and then we go to the next slide. So we'll then pick that we want to put in a local disk. Once we've chosen the local disk and the specific path that we want to choose, of which in this case we want it to be in drive X, which we've selected there. And then once we've selected drive X, I think that's just trying to re-emphasize the same point there. And then once we're done with that, we'll then dive straight into the particular disk that we want. So what we want to select modules that will come out that we can have quicker access to. So we're just going to tick those modules and highlight them so that they'll show up on the left side of the screen to make it easier for us to pick them up as and when we then want to use them. So everything that we would have highlighted, the engineer, you find they will be showing on the left side screen of our user interface. Okay, so once we're done with that, the files will be added, and then we'll then click finish, and then that's where everything then begins. And so next, what we're going to do is we are going to now get into a Drive X so that we get to see what was in there, what was happening in there, what are the details and material that we can find in this specific local disk. So it's loading. I think it'll take a little bit of time. But maybe just to explain, you find on the top part of the autopsy on our case, you find there is a data source. I'll also just hover my mouse once it is finished loading. We'll try to see if there are any images, communications, then geological locations, timeline, discovery, and we'll also get to generate a report of the autopsy that we would have done and obviously close the case. We'll also have search bars, and I shall be getting into detail on each and every one of these tabs. Okay, so just finished. I think it's almost done loading. So then, so that we can then quickly go. So that's what I was talking about there to say, you know, these are the various components that we have and that we'll be diving into to ensure that we fully exploit the disk. Okay, so if you're going to get into metadata, what you find there is we'll get material in terms of any modifications that were done when it was created, the data source, the owner of that particular data. Then we can also have access to our recycle bin. This will speak on deleted items, when they were deleted, the path, data source, and we can even get a bit more detail if we choose any one of those components. All right, we can even see downloads that were done via web, um, as well as we can hit keyword searches. I think I'm going to do a demo on that. We'll find all the files that we searched, when they were modified, the time it was done, and so on. And then, so if we're going to get into images within the disk, we should be able to identify. Okay, it's loading. Should be able to identify the various kind of images or videos that are within that particular disk as we do our autopsy. We should also be able to see components that were hidden. That those should be possible. Okay, there I'm just showing you that we can prioritize it within file space and list. Um, okay, so we can also get visuals as far as the communication within the particular disk, and we can also get to see the geological tab there, which show a map to just show us a map file. And then we can also see the timeline editor. So this, what I wanted to show is just a sequence of events and operations that were carried out within Drive X, as well as events or categories. And we'll put notation in terms of color, and notation also in terms of, depending on what you're looking for, like highlighted there, you find that one is showing Zimbabwe Government Gazette, and where that was extracted from, etc. So those are basically the visuals that you see on our timeline. And so I'm just scrolling down so that you can have a feel and a look at how we can do it. Okay, and then yeah, of course we'll then code them into different bars and colors, and then we can also get into discovery. Okay, so this will just give us a more plethora in terms of getting the actual timing data. Okay, and then I scrolled over the generating of reports, and then what I wanted to show you, engineer, is on the search key. So we can type in a specific search word within the disk, and it should be able to pull out all the results. So in this case, we typed in machine learning, and then everything that is coded or that has similitude to machine learning will pop up there, and we're able to then extract and check and have a forensic on that particular word or component, depending on what we want to do. So we're able to also then generate reports. In this case, I'm going to extract it to Excel, but you can extract it to different formats there. So if you extract it to Excel, it will then populate and generate an Excel report. Of course, it will go to the location that we had specified initially, and then it will pop up the results there. And so once we're happy with the results, and then we go ahead and we close our autopsy. And so in this case, engineer, I think the results there, where we just checked 5 files containing keyword machine as highlighted. We also checked the 16 files that were downloaded, 7 that were deleted. We also checked date and time. Um, and then the conclusion was that deleted items, we could still be able to restore them. Um, and also, we had a look at the website and web downloads within disk X. And so generally that's how you do an autopsy, Engineer Shoniwa. Thank you very, very much.